Hi Pips, it's Claire here and I'm outside. Isn't it just wonderful? A bit of sunshine in Jersey and the sun's coming out, so I thought I'd come out and do my business live tonight here in the garden with a bit of sun. I should have put my shade on, but I just thought, you're a bit rude to have you and watching me with my sunglasses on. So, how was your week? I wasn't here last week because I was just coming back from Casablanca, and I thought I'll tell you a little story. And tonight it's all about empathy and following my little story that I'm going to tell you. I think empathy is probably one of the most key element of customer service. We have to really kind of, empathy, it's about generally caring about what somebody else's feelings and emotions. And as we know, customer service and, when people come to you, that's because they've got a problem and they're trying to get somebody to really generally help them. So if we can help, by caring, by listening, by understanding our customer's need, you would, deliver exceptional customer service. But it doesn't always happen like that, does it? Okay, so my little story is, we were coming back from Casablanca with the kids last Sunday and checking in at the checking desk. Luckily, we arrived quite early that morning. So my two children, which are 15 and 19, which have been traveling with me on the way in, coming to Casablanca. And obviously, we booked the three of us on that same ticket to go back out again. Arriving to check in, the check-in lady asked me for my credit card, so I produced my credit card and says to me that my daughter, which obviously was booked at the same time as me, in the same ticket as me, who came in at the same time as me, wasn't on the ticket and the ticket wasn't paid. And I'm like, this is just not impossible. It's impossible. We've paid a package. I've paid all together with the same credit card. There must be a mistake. No. She assured me that my daughter's ticket hasn't been paid. There was nothing she could do, and she was completely adamant that was it. She couldn't do anything to help me. Two other ladies behind started, coming to get involved, and by then I'm started to get a little bit anxious and a little bit nervous the way that I was treated, kind of things. And the two ladies took it upon them to actually get involved into it, and instead of trying to help, they just kind of trying to remove me from the check-in desk, saying, go over there and sort it out, just call your agents and just sort it out because there's nothing we can do. We're checking desk here, we're not here to help you, this is not our responsibility, this is up to you to sort it out. Go over there and sort it out. I was absolutely fuming by that moment when they just, completely asked me to kind of go away. So by then I was completely fuming. I said to them, I am not moving from here until you actually sort it out. They were obviously, they were not interested. Absolutely not interested whatsoever to try to help me. One of them suddenly left and just walked past me, and the two others just carried on checking other people without really trying to help or do anything. Absolutely no empathy whatsoever. So empathy is actually to get yourself in the shoes of your customers, in your customers' shoes. Yes. How do they feel at that moment in time? And I can assure you that at that moment in time, I was quite angry. I was quite angry that I had no one who would actually want to try to help or actually even cared about, what were we going to do with my, I couldn't leave my daughter in Casablanca whilst the two of us checking in. That was just ridiculous. So eventually I managed to speak to somebody over the phone, pass on the phone to the lady at the check-in desk so, they could speak together. And she told me she'd just come back and say, I am forbidden to speak on the phone. And I'm like, you what? This is just not possible. You've got to help me. You've got to speak to them to actually sort this out. This is just not happening. And the whole situation carried on for an hour and a half. An hour and a half. You can imagine how stressed, worried, anxious I was that actually no one was going to try to help us out. Eventually, after an hour and a half, we sorted it out. The lady who had actually gone past me and just walked past me had actually tried to go to her office and try to sort it out. Instead of telling me what they were doing, they left us right in the middle of the checking desk, having people completely ignoring us for an hour and a half, and then trying to speak to the other company to sort it out as well. So eventually we managed to get my daughter back on the flight, and by the end of the situation, everybody was smiling, and so they kind of turn a negative into a positive, which is, fabulous. But that middle part of it, that hour and a half that we were left standing there, really not knowing what was going on, how we were going to sort it out, if anybody cared or not. It's that I will remember, and that's the problem, isn't it? That's that story that I'm telling you. Although we sorted it out, and I felt relieved, and after they waved us goodbye at the air when we went onto the plane, and everybody was smiling, that middle part of it, that's the bit that we will remember, because they touch me emotionally, and that's what we do when we deliver good customer service or bad customer service. This is because you're touching your customers on that emotional levels. This is when you're actually making the right decision or the wrong decision. So empathy, it's key to any of your businesses. Train your employees. You can train employees to be more empathetic. So really give them the tools, make them understand, make them realize, do some little exercise with your employees to show them what empathy means, so they can, one easy, simple exercise that I do when I do trainings, I actually get different pair of shoes within the training session, and I get everybody to swap shoes and wear somebody else's shoes and walk around the room for about 5 minutes and see how it feels. Sometimes, high heels for a man is not very comfortable, or for a woman. So, wearing somebody else's shoes, it's a really simple, easy way to get your employees to realize what empathy means and how, they can deliver, how they can really be more caring, generally caring, more listening to their customer, more empathetic, and actually being able to resolve the situation by being more caring. And this is that yin energy. I always talk about the yin and yang, and empathy is a very, very yin energy. It's about being able to listen, being able to care, being able to be generous with our customers. So there we go. This is my little story tonight about empathy, and about how we need to really, most of the time when there's a problem, to put ourselves in our customers' shoes, to really understand where they're coming from, why, and how can we help them, and that will be the cherry on the top to any good customer service assistant out there, to be able to listen to your customers, to really have a genuine interest in solving their problem. Okay, that's all for now for tonight. Business Bus, I hope you enjoyed it. I shall see you next week on Monday night. I've just written a good blog as well. If you want to go on clarebossscott.com/blog, I've got a really good blog for you this week. Just go and check it out. It's all a little story, another little story actually, which is quite cool. And I see you soon. If you've got any questions, you know where I am. Bye for now.